Alright, I'm about to do the evaporator test. I already checked inside. I already went down to the lower vent. Going to the upper vent already did this. So now I'm going to actually turn on the blower. So let's stick this in there. We're listening to the beep. We're watching the flash. I'm going to turn the vehicle on. I'm going to press the button. You'll watch the display come on. I have the fan off, the AC off right now. So when I start the vehicle, I don't get a blast of fresh air diluting the refrigerant. I had a latte, I had a savory Danish. I took the last 20 minutes, that was my break time. Which usually I do while I'm driving in my car somewhere. But since I'm doing 2 Priuses here at one time and I'm doing 2 evaporator tests, I took a little extra time to give these time to saturate. So we go into climate position and we are going to go low, off. That's all. I got a little puff of air in my face and that's all I wanted to do, and we're supposed to be in recycle preferably. So we're going to do this again. Low, off. That fast. And I don't know if you can hear it in the background, but you can hear some noises like the fan just starts to sound. My face is located right by this vent, so I can feel a puff in my face, on my eyes and my skin on my face, letting me know there's some refrigerant flow. And I don't want to flush out the air. So I've done several little flush. As you can hear and you can see, there's no raise. That still doesn't mean there isn't a leak. Okay, so it was cold and it has gotten hot. You know, it rested for a while. The evaporator, the pressure went up. It's been low. So under these static conditions, there's no detectable leak. And I have this set on the most sensitive and in manual. You don't want it in auto. Oh, another thing. Shops that use carburetor cleaner and brake clean in the shop, they use refrigerant as a propellant. So if you're trying to do a leak test, okay, so in manual mode, you walk outside with all your leak detectors and you calibrate your leak detectors outside of the shop. Then you walk in the shop. If your leak detector starts going up because of brake clean, carburetor cleaner, any other kind of aerosol, or like, let's take these cars for instance. This had 16 grams of refrigerant, or no, 16 psi refrigerant. It came out to 25 grams. If you looked back in the video before when I recovered this, some guys don't bother with that and they just bleed the refrigerant off in the air. Well, they bled it off into their shop. Now they have that refrigerant. And there was another car, another technician, he goes, oh, it's only 50 psi. And what did that come out to? Like 60 grams of refrigerant. Says, I'll bleed that off to the shop. I'm not going to bring the machine over here and I see a leak and I'm just going to condemn that and throw on the part and go and blow and go and shove the customer out the door. No. You want to know if there's refrigerant in the shop air, because if you're calibrating your machine and you walk in, your machine goes up and you have it in auto mode, it will pick up that refrigerant in the air and it'll make the machine less sensitive. So you have just kind of washed out your ability to find really small leaks if you calibrate your machine in a shop where somebody let refrigerant even an hour earlier, depending on, unless you have doors on one side of the building, doors on the other side, and you have an ocean breeze blowing through. If you have just doors on one side, you can have refrigerant in a shop for hours, and I've came across that. So in automatic mode, it will adjust for the quantity of refrigerant that's in the ambient air, and that'll make your equipment less sensitive, and you'll go around looking for leaks on a car, but now your equipment is less sensitive because it already adjusted for refrigerant in the air. So you could go right across a leak, and if that leak rate is smaller than what it could pick up because it's small, your leak detector won't pick it up. Infrared leak detectors work differently than heated diode. At least I have a manual mode on that. Many infrared leak detectors will auto adjust all the time. So as you get by leaks, if you aren't sweeping, if you stay around the concentration of gas and there's like one little area down and say in this cup holder and I start to go off, as I'm looking for it, if I stay right there and I don't come back out to uncalibrate from that, it will auto calibrate and then calibrate for that high concentration of gas. And the leak might be way down in the corner, but my leak detector has auto calibrated so much because I'm having infrared auto adjusting leak detector, I'll pass right over it and never find it. You have to know how your equipment works, thinks, and operates. If it has a brain of its own, and if it's one that's auto calibrating faster than you can find the leak, it'll auto calibrate up so high you miss many leaks. So you must know this. If you don't know this, your shop is missing many leaks that you could have found in the first place. So let's go over to the other car. So we're in the 2005 right now. And now we're going to go over to the 2001. So here's the 2001. Okay. So now we just went into the 2001. So many times I could find leaks. As soon as I open up the door, the leak detector will go off. But, so now here again, we're going to put this one I might have to hold. There we go. So we're going to put it to the on position. Now, I have it in face. I have it in off. I have it in min cold. Now I just turned on the ignition to the on position. And all I want to do, get your face so the air will give you a little puff in the face so you know to turn it off and on. And I will give it a little, what I'm going to do is go a quick on. That was it. Watch again. Did you hear the fans? I'm not sure if you can hear the fans, but we got nothing coming up here. My face could feel the puff of air. I'm going to do it again and listen. Once. That was actually too much. That was twice. Nothing out of the dash. And this one I already went off before on camera and stuff like that. This has been sitting for like 20 minutes. I'm trying to build up a reservoir of gas in the HVAC case where the evaporator is located and give it a little push right towards the face. The leak detector would pick it up. So we're going to give a clean bill of health on this 2001 for the evaporator. We're going to give a clean bill of health for the 2005 Prius. And they still could leak when they're on the road and they're vibrating. As you're going down the road and the evaporator is vibrating and they're hanging by the pipes and they're on their supports and the metal's bouncing and the evaporator gets cold and the metal contracts away from the welds where they've been brazed at, a leak can open up at that time and then shut off later on when you come to a part, and vice versa. You have a system that doesn't leak when it's running and only leaks when it's off. So leaks are a touchy subject. And that's it for today. I'm going to leave that one charged because I don't find any leaks. I already did between the ultraviolet, the ultrasonic, and the electronic leak detector. They both get a shining report except for this condenser on this one that you've seen with the UV light that had all the glowing spots on the condenser, because I filled this one up 2 years ago. And it's time for a condenser on this one, but it's going to have a nice long life because the evaporator is still good. Alright guys, see you later, and remember, you have to know your equipment. Don't calibrate it in the shop. Don't bleed out even a little bit of refrigerant in your shop. Stay away from brake clean, carburetor cleaner, and all those things that use propellants, because propellants are refrigerants that they use to propel any aerosols in a shop, and they give you false readings. See you guys. Bye.